Okay, so welcome everyone to our Friday afternoon kids Bhagavad Gita class. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are discussing Bhagavad Gita chapter 1. We started with the introduction and we started now in chapter 1, text 1. Last time we were trying to learn how to say the first verse, how to recite the first verse. So I will go try to recite that verse, and if some of you will like to recite again with me, and I can share my screen. Okay, so hopefully you can see my screen. So chapter 1, text 1 of Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjay, right? So the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita actually is titled as Observing the Armies on the Battlefield. Sanya Nirakshan. So observing the armies on both sides, on the sides of the Pandavas and on the sides of the Kauravas. And it is also titled, some acharyas title it as Arjuna Vishad Yoga, Arjuna's lamentation, because both these topics are covered in first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. First half chapter of Bhagavad Gita is observing the armies, and then after observing the armies, Arjuna is put into illusion. He is lamenting. He gives various reasons why he doesn't want to fight. So Arjuna's lamentation. Arjuna Vishad Yoga. So how the Bhagavad Gita opens, it's opened by Sanjay asking this question. Dhritarashtra asking this question to Sanjay. Dhritarashtra uvacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavah Mamakah Pandavasheva Kim Kurvatah Sanjaya. Okay, so we can read through the English transliteration also, or if somebody is capable of reading directly Sanskrit, you can read from here. As I told last time, we try to split the verse into 4 sections, right? The first section is first half of the first line. Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre. Then the second half of the line, Samaveta Yuyutsavaha. And then the second line, first half, Mamaka Pandavascheva. Then the second line, second half, Kim Akurvatah Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha Mamakah Pandavascheva Kim Akurvatah Sanjaya. So Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjay. So what is he asking? That my sons, the Kauravas, and the sons of Pandu, the Pandavas, they both have assembled in this Dharmakshetre, the land of pilgrimage, the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra. So Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre. So they all have assembled there. And what did they do? Desiring to fight. So first of all, this question also looks to be a very peculiar question, right? On one place, we are saying they assembled there with the desire to fight. And then on the second hand, he is asking, what did they do? Because he is doubtful that did they really fight? Are they really going to fight? Or there is going to be some sort of negotiation again under the influence of this place of pilgrimage, because this is Dharma Kshetra, the place of religion, and all the irreligion will be uprooted. And he knows his sons are on the side of irreligion. So on one sense, he is fearful, he is doubtful that it will lead to the destruction of all the Kauravas. The Kauravas are on the side of irreligion, and in this land, there will be cultivation of dharma, cultivation of religion. Excuse me. Sorry. So on one side, this is a place of pilgrimage. So there is dharma going to be established, and adharma will be vanquished. And his sons are on the side of adharma. So all his sons will be destroyed. There will be cultivation of dharma, as in a land, right, in a farm, when there is the vegetables are grown or any plants are grown, along with the plants there is weeds also growing, right? Most of you may have seen any farming done, or even in your small gardens at home, you may try to plant some fruits or flowers, some vegetables. Along with those, some weed also start to grow. And the person who is growing this vegetable, he will try to remove these weeds so the actual plants can grow properly. So same way, when there is cultivation of dharma, all these people who are on the side of adharma, they are like the weeds. So they will be uprooted. And that's why Dhritarashtra is little concerned that there is going to be cultivation of dharma in this land of Kurukshetra, which is known as Dharma Kshetra, and all the people on side of adharma will be destroyed. That's why he is asking this question. So now Sanjay starts to describe what all was happening there on the war field. So he is describing that everybody on the both sides of the armies, they blew their respective conch shells. That is indication of the war is going to start. Right? Everybody play their conch shells. Like in modern times, there is a playing of a trumpet or some other instrument. See, in the earlier time, they will be playing all these conch shells as an indication of sunrise, and then as the sun sets, there will be again blowing of the conch shell, indicating now the war is going to stop for this day. So the war was also fought by following certain principles, by following certain rules and regulation. It was never whimsical. So both parties, they know each other. In the morning, they assemble in the war field to fight. And in the evening, when the war stops, they go to their respective tents or respective sides, and still they could mix with each other. They could go visit each other. So there were rules during the war also. But in current times, in modern times, nobody follows any rules and regulation. On one country, the soldiers, they may be sleeping at night, and the other country, their army may attack while everybody is sleeping. So practically there is no rules and regulations left. Everybody is following whimsically, doing actions whimsically. So everybody blew their conch shell. So Sanjay is describing Arjuna blew his conch shell, Krishna blew his conch shell, Bhima, Yudhishthira. So all of them, they blew their respective conch shells. And the sides of Kauravas also, they respectively blew their conch shells. Like Dronacharya, Bhishma, Duryodhana. So everybody blew their respective conch shell, and who all are present on both sides, it is described. Now Arjuna, after the conch shells have been blown and everything, he tells Krishna that please take my chariot in the middle of both armies. I want to see who all are present on the other side who are desiring to fight with us. So he tells Arjuna, he tells Krishna, from where I can see everybody. And Krishna, even though he is the Supreme Lord, as the chariot driver of Arjuna, chariot driver of his own friend. And you know the story, how it happened. So before the war was going to start, both Arjuna and Duryodhana, they went to Krishna to ask for help in the fight, in the war. So Arjuna went to Krishna and Duryodhana also arrived there. Actually, Duryodhana arrived first and Krishna was sleeping at that time. So Duryodhana went and sat on the side of Krishna. And later on, Arjuna also came and Arjuna sat at the feet of Krishna. And Krishna woke up from his sleep and he saw Arjuna sitting at his feet. So he asked Arjuna, what has brought you here? Why did you come here? And then Duryodhana also was sitting there. He said, oh, I am also here. Why you are not looking at me? Because he was sitting at the head of Krishna. He was sitting on the closer to his head. And as Krishna opened his eyes, he saw first Arjuna. He couldn't even see Duryodhana. So ultimately, Krishna asked, okay, what have brought you here? Both of you have come here. What is the purpose? So Duryodhana said, you know already the war is going to happen now. There is no escape from the war. There is no more peace negotiation. So I have come here to ask you to fight on my side. And Arjuna said, yes, I have also come to ask you to be on our side. So Krishna said, I cannot be on the side of both parties. I have a proposal for you. And what is the proposal? On one side, I will be alone myself, and that also without any weapon. I take the vow to not lift any weapon during the war. And on one side could be my whole army, my whole Narayani Sena. And I give the option to Arjuna to pick first, to choose first. And Duryodhana said, why Arjuna has to pick first? I came first, I should choose first. And Krishna said, no, I saw Arjuna first, and even though Arjuna is younger than you also, so it is his right to ask first. So Arjuna said, I don't need your Narayani Sena. I have come to take help from you, not from your army. So I want you to be on my side. Even though you are not going to lift any weapon, you can drive my chariot, be my chariot driver and guide me on this battlefield. And Duryodhana, hearing Arjuna's proposal, was very happy. He was thinking in his mind that Arjuna is such a fool that he picked Krishna without any weapon. And Duryodhana said, okay, I oblige with whatever Arjuna wants. So you can give me your army. I will be satisfied with your army. That's okay. So that's how Krishna came on the side of Arjuna, on the side of Pandava, and acting as a chariot driver of Arjuna. Just imagine the Supreme Lord, right? The Lord of all the universes. He is acting as a driver. Nobody in this world, if somebody is very rich, wealthy, popular, they will never accept that kind of task for any of their best friend or any other person. So Krishna is such a dear friend of everybody. He becomes ready to serve his devotees also. So Krishna is riding the chariot of Arjuna and he brought the chariot in the middle. So after bringing the chariot in the middle, Arjuna saw all the people who are standing on the side of Kauravas. He saw his great-grandfather, his grandfather Bhishma Dev. He saw his own teacher Dronacharya, his teacher Kripacharya, and all his cousins and all his uncles and many other friends who are on the side of the Kauravas, ready to fight on his behalf. And Arjuna was feeling so much compassion towards all of them that if I really want to fight this war, I have to kill all these people. So it's very painful, right? If somebody has to make a decision that I have to kill my own relatives because of some property issue, because of some kingdom issue. So Arjuna was feeling so much pain in his heart, so much compassion in the heart. So Arjuna started giving various reasons to Krishna that I don't want to fight. Actually, I don't want to fight this war. I know we have assembled there. The conch shells have been blown. The war has been practically declared to start, but I don't want to fight. After seeing all these people who have assembled there, my bow is gliding down from my shoulder. मेरा जो धनुष है वो मेरे कंधे से गिरा जा रहा है. My throat is drying up. So he started giving various reasons. First reason was compassion. What is compassion? Compassion means to feel the pain for other people. Not just feeling the pain for other people, but trying to do something to help them also. That is compassion. So he was feeling compassion for all these people, that all these people will die in this war. All the people on the side of the Kauravas and on the side of Pandavas, all these people will die. So that was his compassion, because of which he said, I don't want to fight. And you know what is the difference in compassion and pity? Sometimes people feel pity on others. For example, if you are going on the street and you see some small boy, poor boy who is begging on the street, somebody may feel pity. Oh, such a poor boy, he is in such a bad state. So he is just speaking about that, having a sense of pity on that boy, but he doesn't actually do anything to solve his problem, to help him. Right? In that way, it is just a sense of feeling of pity on that person. Compassion is when you feel the pain of other person and you really want to do something for him, really want to help him. So Arjuna was feeling this compassion that I don't want to kill them. I want to save their lives. So better I will not fight in this war. I will not participate in this war. First reason. And then second reason Arjuna gave that why I don't want to fight is, he said, assume I fight in this war and assume we win this war also. But to win this war, we have to kill all these people who are on the side of Kauravas. We have to kill Bhishma Pitama, we have to kill Dronacharya, we have to kill Duryodhana and all other his brothers. So if we kill all these people, if we win the whole world also, what is the use of that? Because there is nobody else left to enjoy with. Because when you have all the property, all the opulences, you want to enjoy that opulences, you need somebody to enjoy with, right? You cannot just have enjoyment by yourself. You need other people around you, your friends and family around you, to be able to enjoy. So Arjuna said, all these people will be killed. There will be nobody else left. So what is the use of that? There will be no enjoyment after that also. So that was his second reason. For example, somebody is playing cricket, right? They're playing the cricket or playing the World Cup and they win the World Cup, but they come to know after the World Cup is over, the whole earth will be destroyed. There will be nobody left. So the winning team may think, what is the use of winning such sort of World Cup? Who will see our trophy? Who will enjoy for us winning this match? right? So there is no enjoyment after winning also. So same way Arjuna was feeling, what is the use of in such sort of winning, such sort of getting the kingdom when there will nobody else will be left to enjoy with. So that was his second reason. So third reason he gave why I don't want to fight is, he said, if I kill all these people, we have to suffer the reactions of our killing all these people. So he had a fear of sinful reaction, right? That is the law of karma. If somebody kill one person, he also have to face the reaction. He may also be killed in that way, or he has to suffer for his action. So he was saying, after killing all these people, we have to face the sinful reaction. So then why should I fight and kill all these people? And the fourth reason he gave was the destruction of family tradition, because our elders, they guide us in so many different things, how to do different rituals at home, how to observe different festivals, different celebrations at home. They guide us how this to be done, what is to be done, what is not to be done. So Arjuna was feeling, if all these elderly people are killed, who will guide us in sort of family traditions? So all these family traditions will be lost. All these women will become bereft of their husbands. So it will lead to all sort of problems in society. So these were the various reasons Arjuna gave to Krishna, that why I don't want to fight in this war. So let's revisit. What are the reasons Arjuna gave to Krishna? Number one. What is number one? Compassion. He was feeling compassion for all his relatives and friends on the side of the Kauravas who have to be killed. Number two, the loss of enjoyment. Even if we win, we will still not be able to enjoy. Number three, he was fearful of getting sinful reaction. Number four, he was fearful of destroying the family traditions. So even though this war is going for establishing dharma, but Arjuna is giving different logic based on his own intelligence why I don't want to fight. See, for the purpose of dharma, there is sometimes sacrifice also has to be done. And everybody know what are the pillars of dharma. See, dharma is also standing on four legs, right? As a table, for a table to be completely in balanced state, the table has four legs. So if you break one leg of the table become unstable. If you break two legs, it become even more unstable. If it is only one leg, it is practically impossible for the table to stand. So same way dharma is standing on four legs. And what are these four legs of dharma? First leg is compassion. Compassion for other living entities, not causing pain, not causing physical harm to other living entities. And how we can maintain that leg of compassion for dharma to stay? By being non-violent. And one aspect of non-violent is also to not eat meat, right? Not eat meat means so that we can be compassionate towards all the animals. Why to kill the animal for the satisfaction of this small tongue? So no meat eating. That helps to maintain this leg of dharma in the form of compassion. And then the second pillar is austerity. Austerity is to observe some sort of rules and regulation, not do some whimsical action. And how one can maintain this pillar of austerity? By following the principle of no intoxication. If somebody doesn't become intoxicated, because if somebody is under the influence of intoxication, they cannot perform austerity. Have we seen any drunkard person get up early in the morning, 4 o'clock, and chant Hare Krishna, or go to the temple, attend Mangalarati, right? They cannot do that. So austerity is maintained by no intoxication. The third pillar of dharma is truthfulness, being truthful in all situation. And then the fourth pillar of dharma is cleanliness, maintaining the cleanliness of our external self also and internal self also, maintaining the cleanliness of our external environment and our internal cleaning. So what does it mean, external cleaning and internal cleaning? External cleaning means you keep your external environment clean, your room clean, your body clean, you wear fresh clothes, not dirty clothes. You keep your room, your bed, and all other things, surroundings very nice, neat, and clean. So that is maintaining external cleanliness. And internal cleanliness means we try to clean our heart, right? So that is maintaining the principle of cleanliness. So these are the four pillars of dharma. So even though these are the four pillars, sometime one may have to choose one over other, as we were discussing last time. So non-violence and truthfulness, both are the pillar of dharma. But sometime one may have to utilize the higher principle for the sake and give up the lower for the sake of higher. In the example which we discussed last time, the sage, he wanted to maintain his truthfulness. He did not want to break his vow of speaking truth always. So he told the dacoits, the robbers, that this person went into that direction. And ultimately the robbers found him and killed him. And ultimately the sage also became part of committing that violence. So he lost the principle of compassion for maintaining his principle of truthfulness. So even though the principle of truthfulness is there, sometimes one has to see what is the higher purpose. So Arjuna was also bewildered in same way, that what should I do? We want to establish dharma, but for establishing dharma, what I really need to do? So he was put into this illusion. And somebody asked this question last time. So was Arjuna himself, he did not know all these things? So even though he knew, he was made an instrument by Krishna to be bewildered, so that Arjuna could ask this question and Krishna could give this Bhagavad Gita for the benefit of all of us, right? Because Bhagavad Gita is the summary of all the scriptures. In Kali Yuga, people don't have time to read all the scripture, all the Vedas and Upanishads and all the Puranas. So at least if they read Bhagavad Gita, minimum level, if they read Bhagavad Gita, they can gain much clear understanding. So Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all the scripture. That's why that is the most important scripture for all the followers of Sanatana Dharma, all the followers of Vedic culture, what we know as mostly commonly called as Hindus. But Bhagavad Gita is not the book only meant for the followers of Sanatana Dharma or the followers of Hinduism or the people of India. Actually, Bhagavad Gita is meant for each and everybody in this whole material world. So after putting all these questions, Arjuna finally surrendered to Krishna. Earlier, he was using his own intelligence and arguing based on that. And finally, he surrendered to Krishna. And what does he say to Krishna? That is a very important verse. That is text 2.7. So I will just recite that text once, and then we will discuss that more in the next class. So Arjuna says, let me share my screen. So text 2.7, Karpanya doshophata subhava prachami tvam dharma sammudha chetah yachrayasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Karpanya doshophata swabhavah prachami tvam dharma sammudha chetah yachrayasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. So what is Arjuna saying to Krishna? That I am confused about my duty. I have lost all the composure because of miserly weakness. So in that condition, I am asking you to tell me what is best for me. Now I am your disciple. Shishyasteham. I am your disciple. Shadimam. Please instruct me. Tvam prapannam. I am surrendered unto you. Okay, so we will discuss that verse more detail in the next class, next Friday. So now we are going to take some question answers. If somebody has any questions, you can raise your hand and we will unmute you.
Hare Krishna, Babaji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, yeah, we can unmute one by one. Whoever have any
Hare
question.
Krishna, Babaji.
Hare Krishna.
I had a question. When all these people on the battlefield, like on the Kauravas, wasn't it their ultimate destiny to die?
Say again, your voice is very weak. Can you speak a little clear, louder?
All these Kauravas on the battlefield against Arjuna, wasn't it their ultimate destiny?
Yes, it is ultimate their destiny. That's what Krishna is going to explain, that they are destined to die, and you should treat it that they're already killed. You are just becoming an instrument. So Krishna is going to explain all those details and complexities of dharma. Krishna is going to tell that you consider yourself very learned person. You are speaking all these very learned things, but you are speaking like a fool because you are not understanding the actual principles. You are saying, oh, all these people have to be died. I have to kill all these people. Then that's why Krishna explained all those various things. And remember, always we should remember, Krishna is just instructing all of us through the medium of Arjuna. Okay?
Okay, Babaji. Should I take another one?
Yes, Mataji.
The next one is Aditi. Aditi, please unmute yourself.
My question is that why did Arjuna feel that he should not participate in a battle?
Say again, why did Arjuna?
Why did Arjuna feel that he should not participate in the battle?
Why did Arjuna say that he should not participate in the battle? So that's what we discussed. Why, what kind of reasons Arjuna gave that why he don't want to participate in the battle? Because he was feeling compassionate towards all those people. He was feeling if they are all killed, and then what is the point of living? With whom we will enjoy all our opulences, all our kingdom? Nobody will be able to see our opulences. And then he was fearful of having sinful reaction of killing all these people, and he was more afraid of destroying the family tradition by killing all these elderly people because they guide in so many ways. So those were the reasons Arjuna was giving based on thinking, oh, I know so many things, I am a very learned person. So he was giving different sort of reasoning for not fighting in this war. Okay, next question.
Okay. The next one is Shlok. Shlok, please unmute yourself.
So all the why did Dronacharya and all those people, like, why did Dronacharya participate with the Kauravas, though Dronacharya's favorite student was Arjuna when
Yes,
they were
that's very good question for us to understand, right? Why Dronacharya, why Bhishma, why they all fight on the side of the Kauravas? one thing is already Arjuna is his favorite student, and Dronacharya knows that Kauravas are on the side of adharma, that they did many mistakes. Still, why did they fought on the side of the Kauravas? So the answer to that is because Dronacharya was obliged to fight on the side of Kauravas. He was receiving salary from the king of Hastinapur, right? So his whole commitment was towards Hastinapur, that I have to pay off my debts towards the throne of Hastinapur in whatever way I have to do for that. So that's why he was asked to fight on the side of Hastinapur, on the side of Kauravas, and he was obliged, and that was their mistake, because some people get stuck with this mentality that, oh, I have taken this vow and now I have to fulfill my vow. They are not thinking what is real good, but they are just thinking about their own vow. If I don't fulfill my vow, it will give me infame. It will bring infame for me, infamy. So they just are following their vows, their to pay off their debts, like Dronacharya, Bhishma Pitama, Karna. So all these people, in their heart, they know that they are on the side of adharma, to fulfill their vows or to pay off their debts, because they have received so many favors from Hastinapur, from the whoever is sitting at the throne of Hastinapur. So another example is Bhishma Pitama, right? Bhishma Pitama had taken the vow that I will always be on the side of the king of Hastinapur. Whoever is sitting on that throne, I will always protect him. I will always see my own father in the king of Hastinapur. So now, because Dhritarashtra was the king of Hastinapur, so he had to be on the side of Dhritarashtra, and in that sense, he has to be on the side of Duryodhana. So that was the reason why all these people had to fight on the side of Kauravas.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
The next one is Ananya. Ananya, please unmute yourself.
Okay, so I have the book I got yesterday. So for next class, what page do I have to open?
So you should try to read chapter 2, verse number 7.
Chapter 2.
So in the first class, I showed this book to everybody, right?
No,
Bhagavad Gita.
that's the book I have.
Right. So everybody should try to get a copy of this book, right? And in this book, we read the chapter 1, shloka number 1, and then I just explained very briefly the summary of chapter 1, that what all happened, what all reasons Arjuna gave, and then we read text number 7 of chapter 2. So if you have exact same book, then this is what we are going to read next, text number 7 on chapter 2. So Karpanya Dosho Upahata Subhava, that is the text.
Is it this page? This is text 7.
Yes, text 7. Does it read Karpanya Dosho?
It says Amakam to Visistaye.
No.
I know.
That is,
Wait,
that
what
is
chapter
chapter 1.
is it?
You are reading chapter 1, Asmakam to Vishishta. I'm
Oh,
talking about chapter 2, text 7.
oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, this is chapter 2.
So chapter 2 is titled as Contents of Gita Summarized. Gita ka Sar.
Yes, I got it. It's this one at the bottom, and then the other
Yes.
are in the next page.
Right. So you can try to read that one.
Okay.
Okay, next question.
Next one is Ashu. Ashu, please unmute yourself. Ashu, please unmute yourself.
Ashu. Okay, is that Ashutosh Paul?
The next one is Aditya. Aditya, please unmute yourself.
So Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So my question is, why did Bhishma why is Bhishma in Kaurva's side? Even if
We just discussed that. I just explained that. Why Bhishma was on the side of Kauravas, because he had taken the vow that I will always protect Hastinapur. Whoever is sitting on the throne of Hastinapur, I will be loyal towards them.
okay.
And then he had another promise that I will see my own father in the person who is ruling Hastinapur. So he was, because he was getting his maintenance through Hastinapur, and he had taken all sort of vows, he considered his vow over dharma.
Okay.
Right? And that became the reason of his fighting towards Kauravas, and he was ultimately destroyed. Because Krishna says, whoever is on the side of adharma, no matter who that person is, no matter how powerful that person is, that will be destroyed when they are fighting against dharma. So the reason for Bhishma to fight on the side of Kaurava is because of his own vows, his loyalty towards Hastinapur, whoever is ruling.
Okay. I got confused that it was another person. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna. Another
There-
question?
One more question, Prabhuji. Shlok. Shlok, please unmute yourself.
Like, what does vow mean? Does it mean like you have to keep a promise to yourself?
Yeah, it's like I'm making a promise, right? I take this promise, and as the kids say, pinky promise, but that pinky promise doesn't last very long. But this sort of vow is like Bhishma has taken a lifelong vow. He took a vow, which is pratigya. In Hindi, we call it pratigya, promise, to not get married, stay as a celibate all his life. And then like that, he took many other vows to serve the person who is ruling Hastinapur. So that was his vow. And because Bhishma had taken, his original name is actually Devvrat. Bhishma Pitama's original name
And
is
because
Devvrat.
he did this act, the angel started calling him Bhishma. Bhishma.
Yes, because he took a very severe vow to
Yeah,
not get married all his life, to stay as celibate. That was a very severe vow. So his name became as Bhishma. Bhishma means like very strong, who has taken very strong promise, strong vow.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so I guess our time is over, 3:15. So we can end it here, and we will continue in the next class. So please try to read and try to remember these little basic stories I tell in between to convey the point, so the concept become clear to you, right? We are not going in like too much detail as we go for the adult classes. When we talk to adult people speaking on Bhagavad Gita, we are doing it for children, so we are keeping it very basic for kids to understand the basic theme, basic principle, and the important aspects of Bhagavad Gita to adopt in our life.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for wonderful class. Thank you so much.
Okay, Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. After 15 minutes, please come to play Kahoot quiz. After 15 minutes. So you have to log out here and come to new login for new ID. It's posted already in the group. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.